What's going on, guys? It's your boy Stickwork from MaddenSchool.com, bringing you another Madden 20 tip. Today we're on the offensive side of the ball. I'm in the Arizona Cardinals playbook. I'm in pistol trips left open with the play 4 verticals. Now this is mainly going to be a cover 3 and a cover 2 beater. However, if they do run man, I'll show you a couple things you can do. But to set this play up, this is what it looks like stock. To set this play up, we're going to put that B or circle receiver, if you're on PS4, on a slant. You're going to re-streak the Y or triangle receiver and then drag the X or square receiver. Then I normally just block the running back, just get you some extra protection. We're going to motion that Y receiver to the right side of the field. This is initially against a cover 3 sky. And so if you see cover 3, that's just once you see the 2 safeties back up like this and play thirds, you're going to know that your receiver is going to be able to catch the ball basically in this pocket right here. You just inside pass lead and possession catch, and you'll get a nice catch like that essentially every time. I'll show it again. So this is initially against a cover 3 sky. But as you see, very simple against the cover 3 and nice easy yardage. And the only way they'll be able to cover that in a cover 3 is if they adjust and man somebody up to them, or they user it themselves. But then a main route is going to be that crossing route by the A receiver, as you saw right there. And really our streak takes away all the zones, and our streak just got bumped a lot on that specific play. So right here, you'll see a little bit better. And you'll see you'll just be able to catch it with the A receiver and just possession catch like so. Now moving into the slant route, you would think that would be covered the whole time in the cover 3 sky. However, we did get sacked right there. We did not have time to make a throw. However, the slant route's actually going to be open coming across the field. He's going to get above the curl flat zone. And as you see right there, essentially what happens is the curl flat just plays the drag for a second and doesn't really realize that there's a route coming over from the other side of the field to go over top of him. And then last but not least, we can check it down to our drag route against the cover 3 sky. Now if they switch it up and run cover 3 with hard flats, that really is just going to make our slant a bit more open, our over route more open, our inside pass lead streak more open. Really it makes everything more open besides the drag. The drag will be a little bit less open, and you would have to hit him more towards the middle of the field than on the outsides. So I'll just go through the progressions. As you see, the A receiver wide open once again. And as you see that slant route, like I said, it'll just be even more open. And then even the drag we can still hit if we need to. Granted, it's not going to be our go-to route against a cover 3 with hard flats. However, like I said, we'll just have to hit it more towards the middle of the field. Basically, once he gets right about there, and you see you can check it down and gain some yards that way. Now, I do have an alternate setup if you absolutely know your opponent's in cover 3. And maybe you've ran this play a couple times and you want to mix it up just a little bit. So instead we're going to put the B receiver on a drag. We're going to still restreak the Y or triangle receiver. And then we're going to in route the X receiver and smart route him. So this kind of spaces it a little bit better against the cover 3. However, it doesn't work as well against other coverages. So that's kind of why I have the first setup. But I just kind of wanted to show you guys this one anyways. Essentially the same thing, just the route concepts are a tad bit different. And you have a short route coming from the right side instead. But as you see, you can kind of mix it up with your high and low concept with the drag by the B receiver instead of the X receiver. And that kind of can sometimes throw off your opponent. And so you see, you just have a little bit more options running it that way. And then if they start usering stuff, that's when you can hit that in route as well. But so now we'll move into a cover 2. But like I said, that setup that I just showed you guys won't really work well against the cover 2. So that's kind of why I go with the slanting the B receiver, restreaking the Y receiver, and dragging the X receiver. That's going to give us the best routes for every type of coverage. So against a Tampa 2, that A receiver is going to get covered by the mid read. I'll show you guys real quick what I mean. So cover 2, the mid read is going to be the middle linebacker. And what he's going to do is basically man match to the A receiver. I'll show you that in replay. So that's why we hit that slant instead. So once he gets off the press, he's going to take that A receiver and basically man up on him. And we can just pass lead up away from the linebacker underneath. Get an easy completion right there. So again, against the cover 2. So really against the cover 2, playing over the top coverage like a Tampa 2, we're mainly going to be checking our checkdowns and our slant route. And we'll just kind of beat them to death with that until they switch up their defense. And basically we'll force them to run something else. And I'll just show the slant route one more time against the Tampa 2. Because you do have to kind of get used to it. You just have to basically wait till they man match and you can throw it. And then if they run a cover 2 with hard flats, what that's going to do is pretty much once again open up everything. You see that A receiver is going to come across open. Unfortunately, Kyler let that one slip a little bit too much. Probably had too much popcorn before the game. But so I'll show that again. And so he'll just catch it underneath the safety. You can rack catch it, especially if you're on the other side of the field, so you have a bit of room to work with. You can also possession catch if you feel that's necessary, if they have a hard hitting safety, anything like that. And then also the cover 2 hard flat. That slant's going to be really open, going towards that left side of the field. And so that's pretty much the reads for cover 2. If they do happen to run man, like I said, this is really not a man beating concept. The A route is really not going to get open against man for the most part. We're just really going to be throwing the slant or the drag, and that's just going to be our receiver beating the man. That's not really much special against man coverage. Just a simple thing that if you make a misread pre-snap, you can just throw the slant or the drag, whichever one has some separation, and kind of just move on to the next play. But so as always, guys, I'm Stickwork, and I'm with MaddenSchool.com, and I hope you enjoyed this tip.